It's John Cope from Cope Racing Transmissions. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is going to be a quickie on some updates for the 40. What transmission am I working on? I don't even know. The E4OD, the 4R100, trans brake, valve body, reverse manual, consistent pressure, no computer needed. That's what I'm working on. I was gone for a little bit, went to a race, and while I was gone, I took the valve body out of the test machine, or out of the test transmission, and took it to Hockbaum to have it AutoCAD drawn by the drafter. And so I have those. I also, and I'm going to show you guys that. And this is updates, by the way, on what I'm doing here. I sent a spring out for the pressure regulator valve to, I want to have my, what I call my 200 PSI spring. So I gave them dimensions, wire feed, coil count, the whole 9 yards, and I don't know how, but they made this goofy thing. And this is a E4OD pressure regulator spring. So I called the spring company back. I said, listen, the spring is nowhere near it. They looked at the order, and somehow or another, two numbers got mixed up. So they're correcting that, and they're going to get me 5 more sample springs. So as soon as I have the 5 sample pressure regulator springs, I can throw it in the pump, put the valve body back in there, put it back on the dyno, and see where our pressures are at without the boost circuit. I'm praying for 2 to 220. Also, when it comes to the boost circuit, I'm probably going to include this Sonics piece. It is a really nice piece with the O-rings on the sleeve, and their boost valve has a bigger land right here, which if my toggle switch activated boost circuit is going to be a working thing, and right now the boost circuit is, or the boost pressure is not going enough to warrant flipping the switch. We're only getting like 18 PSI out of it, and I want it to be 50. So we're still working on that, and that may change with my spring when we put that in there. So that's where we are on the spring. The AutoCAD design or drawings of the valve body I have here, and we did more than just the valve body. As you may or may not know, the valve body's got the big one, the one big huge piece, and then there's a smaller, what we're going to call an auxiliary valve body. And then there's 2 separator plates, the big one and then the small one for the auxiliary. So I have the drawings done. I don't know, I really don't want to give you much detail on that. I'm going to show you what the Tesla valve looks like in a picture. That really turned out nice, and all the bolt holes and everything are all done, and the thing is completely drawn, and it is in processing of being a prototype made, a billet one, on a 5-axis big old hunkin' CNC machine. So I had the valve body drawn, the auxiliary valve body drawn, the big separator plate, the little separator plate, and separator plate gaskets. So let me show you this one here. And again, I probably, if this doesn't show up very good, I'll probably just take a camera. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just put it in the camera. This one here is the separator plate, and it's also the separator plate gaskets. Like just about all transmissions, they have a top and a bottom. Mine are going to be interchangeable, so you can't get it wrong. I'm not going to mark them case side, valve body side. They're going to be identical, both the top and the bottom, to make it easier so there's no mistakes that could be made by not having the right gasket on the right side. So the drawing here, this one's for, it's actually the separator plate drawing is the same as the valve body gasket drawings. And originally, I wasn't going to run valve body gaskets, but from what I'm hearing to other builders who have much more experience on that transmission than I do, the cases have terrible warpage, especially where the center support bolts go. Other builders, they over tighten those 2 bolts and that warps the case, which may be why I have kind of a not as firm as a 3rd gear and overdrive that I originally wanted. And I played around with it, and I'm like checking my manual valve and all that other stuff. And I kind of blamed it on having only like a 200 or 150 horsepower V8 in that plow truck of mine, and not something with some nuts behind it. But we're gonna try it with the valve body gaskets, and the separator plate and the valve body gaskets will be included in with the valve body. This next one is the valve body passages. These are the passages that go up to the case, between the separator plate and the top of the valve, what I would call the top of the valve body. Our big 1/2 inch 500 thousandths check ball for 3rd, and the trans brake is incorporated in here. And the what I would normally call low band apply in a Chrysler, but I'm going to call it low clutch apply. So the low reverse clutch will be applied in 1st gear for sprag protection. This one here is the Tesla valve, in the top side where the trans brake valve body or the trans brake solenoid is going to go, and the solenoid is the same as my Chrysler valve body. So I don't know why, but they will be interchangeable. Not that I expect anybody to do that, but they will be interchangeable. And the only reason why I did that, I just didn't want to design another solenoid body, valve, and whatnot. So I just used the same one. Then this one here is the actually the auxiliary valve body, and this one that you see here is the auxiliary valve body separator plate. Now I'm not going to make gaskets for the auxiliary valve body separator plate because the auxiliary valve body and the main body valve body are going to be precisely machined, and they ain't going to have no cross linkage. So that's where we're at on the Caspermatic. It may not look like we're making progress because I was posting stuff all the time, but what were you doing, how the testing come along. The test truck, we built a stock transmission, put it back in there, took our reverse manual shifter back out. We have to put cooling lines on it, adjustable brakes, and we're going to go ahead and sell that truck and to recoup some of our money back because we got a lot of dough wrapped up in this thing. So that's where we're at. The only other thing I want to let you guys know on the Chrysler side is when I went to go pick up the drawings for the Caspermatic valve body, the E4OD valve body, I also at the same time dropped off a 6-pinion front planetary. We will very soon have billet planetaries in 6-pinion for whatever you want. 727s, 46, 47, 48 REs. And there's going to be 2 different annuluses, depending if you got a 47 or a 48. So that's where we're at. I just want to let you guys know we are we didn't drop the ball on this. We're working our butts off. I hope before Christmas I'll have the valve body in my hands and some kind of a really fast test truck, you know, at least something that runs 11s or 10s to put that valve body in. If you're local to me and you got a Ford Lightning and it runs low 11s or into the 10s, get a hold of me. I will work out a deal with you. If you're interested in the valve body, if you let us test with your truck, I'll talk to you in person about what I'll do for you. Make a killer deal on a valve body for letting us use your truck in testing. So that's all I got for now. I'll keep you guys updated. More part to you. And I don't know, what do I say to the Ford guys? Welcome to the club. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later.
Mr. Haney, I didn't hear your truck.
Oh, well, that's easy explained. You see, the motor is tuned to such a high pitch, it can only be heard by dogs.